What's going on?
Well, it's Tuesday again already.
It came around again like that.
Pretty quick.
I know.
It's pretty quick. We got a lot to talk about today.
We had some fights this past weekend.
We had fights.
That one of us watched.
Hey, we've got...
one of us watched 2 events this week. How many events did you watch?
0.
Okay.
0. So you did your homework, is that what you're telling me?
Oh, today.
Today!
Yeah, it's always today.
It's always at the buzzer. I love it. I love it at the buzzer. UFC 224. I do have to make...
terrifying confession.
Well, I don't know if it's terrifying.
You do host an MMA podcast.
That's true. Yeah, I didn't watch the event. But I...
Oh, my God.
I caught up. I read the sites. I read some breakdowns. And I'm prepared to discuss this event.
You're probably more prepared than I am.
More than likely.
With just memory.
More than likely.
That I come with.
So let's get right into it, UFC 224. We're not going to talk about the prelims. Did you end up watching the prelims or no?
I missed the very first fight on the prelims, but I watched the rest.
Nice.
But nothing really stood out. Good fights, but
yeah, right.
I can't remember anything.
It's a few good submissions, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of finishes, actually.
Yeah. Well, that's good news. Okay, so, boom, here we go. Start of the card, Lyoto Machida versus Vitor Belfort. Belfort is retiring.
Let's go through our picks at the same time.
At the same time. Well, I've got the fucking documents right here,
Yeah.
Matt, and it's not great news. All right, I'll tell you right now, it's not great news.
I know.
So
Let me down easy, Doc.
So let's talk about our picks first. So we both had Vitor Belfort first round KO. Now listen, if Vitor had done what he normally does and blitz people, I think he could have won this fucking fight.
He looked a little scared.
Neither one of us get any points for that pick. But anyway, they both looked very, very timid.
We got the first round finish, right? If that counts for anything.
We sure didn't. First round, nothing fucking happened. You watched the event. I didn't.
Second round.
Jesus fucking Christ, Matt.
It should have been over.
From now on, okay, you need to watch every event twice, and I'm not going to watch any. I already fucking know
You just
more
read
about
everything.
it than you do.
Fuck, maybe I should read things.
Jesus Christ. So, a
It's
lot
the
of
rounds.
lot
It's
of
the
posturing.
kick.
What?
Kick got me, man.
Yeah.
That kick was...
I don't think Vitor knows how many rounds it went right now either. I think he's a little fucking confused.
Man, it was...
as to what happened.
That was the first event that I've watched live that was that crazy of a finish. Anything like those kicks like that are in the record books, I've only seen on highlights.
Yeah.
So for me, it was pretty fucking crazy, especially knowing that I picked the other guy to win.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck.
First round, nothing fucking happened. These guys circled each other. They looked at each other. Not a goddamn thing fucking happened in this fight up until that kick. But how terrible for Vitor. I mean, this is his last fight. Probably the worst memory he has over his 21 year fucking career is getting kicked in the face by Anderson Silva. It's on every fucking highlight reel that you see for the UFC. Is on the cover of the fucking video games.
Right.
That's all you see is this crazy kick from Anderson Silva on Vitor Belfort. He goes in for his final fight, and the same fucking thing happens to him.
Okay, so this
again, the exact same kick, although it was a left leg kick this time instead of a right leg.
Out of all the times I've seen that little highlight, it's always been so fast. And I've only ever known that it's an Anderson Silva highlight. I didn't know who was on the other end of it.
Yeah, the other end of that is Vitor Belfort.
So that is,
same kick.
That's
same. Fell the same way.
Oh my.
Absolutely ridiculous. And like Anderson Silva and Lyoto Machida trained together for years and years and years, right? And I don't know if you know this or not. You probably don't because you're new to the sport. So when Anderson Silva fought Vitor Belfort, he was walked down to the ring by Steven Seagal.
Vitor was?
No, Anderson Silva was.
Oh my
And he had been training with Steven Seagal, and so had Lyoto Machida. So immediately following the KO of Vitor Belfort with that kick, guess who takes full credit for teaching Anderson this fucking move?
Oh, I did.
Steven Seagal.
I think I've heard Rogan.
I taught him this kick.
I think I've heard Rogan lose his mind about this.
Yeah, but and Anderson came out and said, yes, he did teach me. I knew that kick, but he fucking made a couple adjustments or whatever. Now, a couple events after that happened, Lyoto Machida, and keep in mind, they were all training together. Seagal was training with Lyoto as well. And Lyoto pulls off a very similar kick, except his was jumping switch, kick to the face on Randy Couture, knocking his tooth out and knocking him right into fucking retirement.
I've seen that highlight many times.
Yeah, right? And I was there live for that one. Almost caught his tooth.
You were there?
Yeah, I was there. That was in
crazy.
Toronto. Yeah. And so anyway, feel real bad for Vitor going out like that. What a fucking sweet kick. He's obviously susceptible.
Well, he didn't even. What was crazy thing? As soon as he fucking just lands that kick, he doesn't even try to follow it up. He just like bows to him or whatever.
Oh, he knew it was over.
Puts his hands on his hips and just like gives him a little bow. Like
the ref did a good job in that. He came in right away, realizing Vitor is fucking out. I mean, he's out.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to Vitor, man. You know, these Brazilian fighters, and we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it when we get to Jacare too. These Brazilian fighters, sometimes when they fight in Brazil, you know, people always talk about a home field advantage and all that shit. That's not necessarily true when it comes to fighting. That's a lot of fucking pressure. And when it's a team sport, yeah, it's great to have home, you know, field advantage.
Big crowd,
you've got a team, right? When it's just you and the whole building is waiting for you to fucking win.
Well, especially in the fight.
That's a lonely place to be.
Because usually when you're fighting at home or close to home, your media obligations are a lot higher than the other guys.
A lot higher, yeah, absolutely.
So
that's a great fucking point. Yeah, absolutely.
So I remember when Steve...
Well, and all your friends and family and every fucking... Every person in the world, can you get me tickets? Can you get me tickets? You know what I mean? People are driving you fucking crazy.
Yeah, well,
come over for dinner, you know.
I remember when Stipe defended his title for the first time in Cleveland, he was saying how, like, yeah, it was fun, but... Jesus Christ, man, I didn't stop doing things, and everyone's reaching out, wants to come, and he's like,
Good Morning Cleveland wants you on every fucking day.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, it's true. Yeah, it's a great fucking point. But well, what do you think happened to Vitor?
No more steroids. That's it.
Yeah.
There's no more TRT Belfort.
Yeah.
That's the problem. He's just not that monster. The traps are gone, but
yeah,
his superpowers were in the traps.
He looked like a shell of his former self.
He looked like just look at great. Pictures,
but
man.
You know
just
what?
Look side by side pictures. Just Google Vitor Belfort before and after TRT.
Yeah.
It's insane the difference.
And I mean, he's an older guy too. You know,
right?
And Lyoto, I'll tell you too. Lyoto has really fallen off since USADA came in too. You know,
a lot of those guys, a lot of the older guys have.
Yeah,
Anderson Silva,
particularly Brazilian guys.
Anderson Silva.
Yeah, they've all kind of fallen off when USADA came in. You know, too bad for Vitor. What a great victory for Lyoto Machida. Now let me ask you. Did Vitor do a big speech afterwards? Because this was his retirement fight.
Yeah, he did.
So, he addressed the crowd. They went fucking crazy, obviously.
So I think at first they weren't going to interview him because that's the new UFC thing. It's not interviewing.
If you get KO. Yeah, we don't want you on the mic.
But I think he said he took off his gloves and stuff, and I think he told the guys, like, no, I just want to say goodbye. Whatever. So they're like, all right. So then
it's Vitor Belfort, man. He's fucking UFC royalty.
Right. So John Anik was doing the inside, the cage interviews or whatever.
Right.
So he did
Jimmy Smith wasn't doing it?
Or was it Jimmy? No, I thought it was Anik. Maybe it was.
Did you watch this fucking event, Matt, or
I thought
not?
it was Anik.
Right.
I don't know, man. It's like 2 a.m. Cut me
Sure.
some slack.
Yeah, all right. Well, that fight was like 11:15.
Not when I watched this.
Oh, okay. I see.
I watched it super late.
Oh, is that what happened? All right.
Oh, man, it had to be Jimmy. There's no way that it was Anik.
Had to be Jimmy.
But why do I feel like...
All right, Jimmy.
We got to look that up.
We're not fucking looking anything up. Put your phone down,
regardless.
Jesus Christ.
Vitor came over and he just said his fucking... He said most of it in Portuguese or whatever.
Yeah,
so
right.
It's hard to hear most of it. But
he
said his shit, put his gloves down. I thought they were going to just leave the gloves there. Then one of his trainers ever just picked them up, grabbed them. He knows he's selling those cocksuckers, getting some money for it.
Yeah, they'll be on eBay.
Yeah.
Why am I not coming through on this fucking mic, Matt?
I don't know.
What's happening?
I can hear
Jesus. See, if I'm over here, I can't turn fucking sideways the whole show, Matt.
Talk in the front the same way.
It doesn't seem to be picking me up.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
It doesn't seem to be picking me up. I'll tell you what's happening next week. You'll have this mic. I'll have that fucking mic. What if I just turn myself up a little? What's going on over here?
Yeah.
I got a fucking mixer.
I hear you
Let's mix it.
I hear you super clear. You're gonna be for those who don't know, we failed 4 times to do a podcast. And when I say failed, I mean we recorded 4 times, about an hour long each time.
Yeah.
That were just garbage.
So no good.
Him having sound problems is pretty terrifying.
Yeah.
Right now.
It's tense. You know?
It is tense.
Yeah.
But anyway, Vitor said bye. I don't think anyone really cares anymore. And,
you don't think anyone cares anymore?
Well, I'm sure people care, but
I
the
care.
The newer fan base doesn't. I think my type of fan base is ready for the new, and we're like those old guys. We didn't grow up watching them, so they don't mean much to us, right?
Well, fuck you guys.
Right?
How about that?
I'm
Fuck
just
you
saying.
guys.
I know it's wrong to say, probably,
Jesus
but
Christ.
but I'm just saying. I think the new guys are so good that it's just more fun to watch them fight. So you want to see those guys fight more.
Yeah.
And the older guys fight. You're fucking everything.
I'm fucking. What is going on here?
I don't know.
I don't know what's going on. Am I
sound
coming
good
through?
to me.
Yeah.
You're gonna be okay.
I don't know.
You sound super clear.
All right. Yeah, I felt really bad for Vitor. I think my headphones are fucked up. I think that's
It probably is your headphones.
Jesus Christ.
Here, try mine.
I can't handle it. No, I can't because yours don't fit in it now.
Well, here.
Stop it.
You'll be all right.
Plug it
man.
back
You'll
in.
Be
Give
all
it
right.
up.
You'll
Give
be
it
all
over.
right, man.
Fucking freaking out
You're
here.
gonna be okay.
Let's see what it sounds like through yours.
We might have to.
Let's see. Oh, that sounds fantastic.
That's what I mean.
All right, my headphones are all
Yeah.
fucked up.
So
all right,
fucking
take
calm
these.
down,
Jesus
bud.
Christ.
Stop fucking wearing $5
All
headphones.
right. Yeah, so Lyoto Machida wins second round KO. We got him all wrong.
Yeah.
We got it all wrong.
Yeah. Second fight.
I really wish that Vitor had come out and blitzed. Those two guys posing down for fucking 7 minutes.
But I think
not a good look.
I think when you're so used to, like, when he was TRT Belfort, he was that fucking guy because he thought I could take anything. I think he thinks I can't take these shots anymore. I don't have the help.
Yeah.
So I think that's making him more timid.
He's a little gun shy.
I would love to see him fucking go to Japan or something. Just get juiced up and start fighting over there.
Yeah. Maybe
just give us some highlights.
Maybe that's the move. Maybe he moves over to Bellator where the
well, he won't
the
be able to
testing
because
is-
he's still under contract, right?
Yeah, I think he's done. I think he should be done, man. I mean, he's been fighting for over 20
What's he
fucking
gonna
years,
do?
man.
Open up a fucking hair salon?
I don't think he has to do anything, man. He's made a lot of fucking money.
I guess, yeah. He's
All right.
He's a legend.
Moving on, John Lineker versus Brian Kelleher. Let's go to the picks. So I had Lineker, unanimous decision. You had Kelleher, unanimous decision.
Yeah.
So I get the point
the
there.
point.
I get the point there. I'm a point ahead.
But it wasn't a decision.
All right. It was not a decision. I heard
Close.
that it was a very good performance by
Lineker.
John Lineker.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, and
And it was a very bad performance by Kelleher.
what I love that I heard, which is one of the reasons why I love John Lineker, is he did a lot of body work in this fight, and that's one of the reasons I love him, man. He goes downstairs, he goes upstairs, he mixes it up. I heard that's what he did. Is that what happened?
Yes, and he was always on the chase. He was always moving forward, and Kelleher
Yeah.
was always moving backwards.
Yeah, Lineker could put the fucking pressure on you.
Yeah.
Man. And the thing is, for a guy that's all muscled up like that, he can go all fucking night.
Yeah, and for
all night.
for all fucking 13 minutes or whatever the fight lasted, it was like man, his shots were powerful as fuck.
Yeah.
Like Kelleher would do some crazy things and connect, but it didn't seem to have the power like Lineker had. Lineker felt like he was going to put him away at any moment.
Yeah.
Right? And
He's got scary power.
Yeah, like as soon
Yeah.
as the first round ended, I was like, well, I'm not winning this fucking bill.
Yeah. It's not looking good.
It's not looking good, or,
Yeah.
unless he can get lucky with a takedown and get a sub or something. But
Talk me through the ending. What happened? It was a KO, right?
yeah,
It was
yeah, it was TK. I think it was KO, TKO punches.
Yeah.
I believe it wasn't just a straight.
it wasn't just
It wasn't
he knocked
like
him
no,
fucking
no,
dead.
No,
Yeah.
following it up, but as far I'm trying to remember it, it's perfectly clear, but fuck, he just basically followed him up, man. Just punched him. At that point in the fight, you're just waiting for Kelleher just to be done.
Yeah.
It just was
He's
one
a
of those
tough kid,
It was
man.
one of those fights where you were just waiting for it to be over.
Yeah.
Though I was anyway. I was like just waiting for it to kind of be done. Kelleher stayed his ground, but he was.
It was obvious.
Yeah. It wasn't a fight worth remembering for the most part. Like, it was just a one-sided. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like Lineker moves
Really,
up
that's
the
the way-
ranks, but
yeah, that's the way it should have been, really, because on paper, Lineker, has the experience. He's fought the better fighters, had the big victories. That was a huge step up for Kelleher. He shouldn't have been in there with him. Not yet.
almost lasted the whole fight.
Yeah.
Almost minute and a half shot.
He's a tough kid. This Kelleher. He's going to be something.
Yeah, he needs to take on a couple more guys a little closer to his tier, I think. And,
Yeah.
just get some time.
Yeah. Good win for Lineker.
Who do you think's good for him to fight next?
Lineker? Fuck, I don't know, man. He's fought all the top of the top in that fucking division.
I know.
I don't know.
It's a tough division to kind of put him like to
Yeah, the top
to match
is,
him up with.
the top is very clear. Like the first,
Yeah,
the top four.
3 or 4.
Yeah, it's pretty clear. Where he fits in, fuck, we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he's every time he stepped up, to fight one of the top guys, he's fallen short. So.
Yeah. Well, who does? Who?
But he's at that fight was at 35, wasn't it? Because he used to be at 25.
Yeah, he's at 35
and he struggled making that
he's
weight.
short at 35,
Yeah,
but he's stocky.
and he realized pretty quickly that he can't compete with Demetrius Johnson.
Who can?
Yeah,
I think TJ can,
I think TJ can too,
but
we're not going to see that.
so does
anytime
DJ.
soon.
I think.
Yeah, exactly. That's the problem.
Yes,
That's
that is the problem.
So Mackenzie Dern, Amanda Cooper is the next fight. Listen, I think it's super disrespectful. Dern keeps missing fucking weight. They got to move her.
7.8 or 7.9 pounds. Or
yeah,
something.
and that's including the 1 pound
I felt
allowance
bad for Cooper.
they give her. I thought Cooper was very brave in taking the fight. They have to move Dern up. How many times do you miss fucking weight until Dana finally says, "No, bitch, if you can't fucking keep your contract, you're fighting at 125 or there's the fucking door."
That's what they did with Kelvin.
Yeah,
Kelvin kept missing at 170. They said, "Fuck 185, butter stuff." There's no room.
Listen,
for
they
you.
did that back in the day to Rumble Johnson. That motherfucker ended up at heavyweight because
exactly.
he used to fight at 170.
I know. I saw that weight cut. Yeah,
Jesus
that's crazy.
Christ! But anyway, as impressive as Dern's submission was, she had a huge advantage.
And man, what a
She had
size difference!
really-
Holy shit!
Really, it's cheating.
Physically, a huge size. Like you could see on the screen. It's like that looked like they belonged in 2 different weight classes.
Yes, but it's because they were.
Yeah.
It's because they were. She showed up in Brazil on Tuesday, 140 pounds,
Yeah, that's
139 fucking pounds
Yeah.
for a 115-pound fight. Yeah, it's disgraceful. I do like Dern. I will not watch her fight at 115 again. Well, first of all, she won't make it.
Yeah, you mean 118?
Right.
123.
I'm pissed off, man. That pisses me off because here you got a hot prospect who can't make the fucking weight, won't be professional. Listen, you signed a fucking contract to be at this weight on this date. Be there and be that fucking
Why
weight.
didn't she just fight at that 125? It's wide
pisses
open
me
now.
off. Exactly.
Like, they just made it.
Yeah.
And nobody really is claiming it. Like, go get it.
Yeah.
Just go win the belt and just be like, this is my division now.
First of all, Dern doesn't want any part of fucking Thug Rose anyway. Right? You're climbing that ladder. You don't want the fucking top rung of that ladder. Because you think your jiu-jitsu is good. Rose has got good fucking jiu-jitsu too.
Yeah, Rose
and she'll light you up all fucking night long.
Yeah,
So-
well, you're never going to be able to win for the belt or fight for the belt.
That's
because, you're never going to make weight.
Yeah, you can't make 116, let
7
alone
pounds
115.
is a lot of
Yeah,
weight.
and if it was a title fight, she would have been 8 pounds overweight.
Right.
Right? So
Yeah, well,
you don't get that pound
Yeah, 'cause
allowance.
Cooper was even over. She
Yeah.
weighed in at 116.
Yeah. But that's
she was allowed
That's
'cause
what
it
she
was
was
just
supposed to be.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what she was supposed to be.
Did.
I'm pissed off, man. I'm hot about it. I don't fucking like it.
You're a big. Well,
If someone misses weight once, that's one
Right.
thing, right? But you miss it over and fucking over, and you keep getting the opportunities. Your third fight on this. She doesn't even deserve to be billed there as the third fight on this pay-per-view fucking card.
You don't have that same
Vitor
issue
Belfort
with,
is fighting 5th,
Yeah.
and you're fighting fucking, 3rd from the top,
Oh, I guess.
and
yeah,
you can't even make fucking weight. Like, what are we doing here?
You're,
I'm sorry, I get fucking hot about it, man. I love her
Mark's
jiu-jitsu.
fired up.
I love her jiu-jitsu. But I fucking hate it when fighters don't make weight. It's your goddamn job. Make the fucking weight.
you have a big issue. What about
do.
what about with fucking your boy Johnny Hendricks? He missed her no weight.
Yeah.
Do you have that same issue with him?
Same fucking issue.
All right, then we're good.
I mean, he should be fighting at heavyweight.
Tell me, but
You know?
he's like, shouldn't be
No,
fighting
man,
at all.
I don't give anyone a fucking pass on this weight cutting business. You signed at that fucking weight, make the weight, and go to the fucking fight. Because your opponent did. She suffered, right? Amanda Cooper was sitting in a fucking sauna. She was dieting and fucking suffering leading up to this fight. But you don't have to do it. It pisses me off. And I hope the UFC doesn't cut her any more fucking slack and give her, this fucking great position on fight cards because she's
Pay-per-view,
proved
too.
Exactly. Yeah, she can't make the fucking weight.
Speaking of, before we move on to the next fight,
Yeah.
I'd like give you a second to, get your face to come down a few shades. What'd you think about? It seemed like the crowd was empty all the time. I don't know if it was just the time that they showed it. The crowd was getting fucking whatever you eat over there.
Right? Jesus. I think they just eat food like we do.
I'm just kidding.
Man, I don't think they're
I'm just trying to ruffle some feathers.
those
Get some
fucking
views.
jungle savages in Brazil. I
Let's
don't
go
know what they're
Colby.
eating over
Let's
there.
go Colby. No, I'm just kidding. I fucking hate that guy.
Well, we're going to be talking about
the
him
crowd
coming up.
seemed to be like fucking the place seemed to be empty. Every
Really?
time I saw the camera view go that direction,
Yeah.
there was just tons of empty seats.
Really?
And I don't know what that was, but
Yeah, that's surprising. Especially in Brazil. That's
what
one
I
of their
thought.
biggest. I think that's their biggest fucking
and
market
they had
right
a
now.
lot of like big name Brazilian fighters. You had a title fight with a Brazilian headliner.
Yeah.
You had Vitor and Lyoto Machida.
Maybe that's what people showed up for. I mean, honestly, that's as much a main event as the main event was.
That's a
You know?
great point.
Yeah, it's very possible.
What
that a
time
lot
is
of-
it over there during that too? I have no idea.
Yeah, I think it's pretty late at night.
Is it
Like early morning.
like worse than here?
Oh yeah,
Because here sucks.
here sucks. Yeah, East Coast is best, man. On the West Coast, the fight started like 6 o'clock.
Oh,
It's over by like 9:30.
Oh yeah, go out afterwards, celebrate.
Yeah,
For
that'd be
fuck's
fucking
sakes.
sweet.
Yeah, no, here it's like I'm like fucking taking naps in between rounds. For fuck's
Yeah, I know.
sakes.
That's why I didn't watch it Saturday night. I was too fucking tired.
Well, that's why
I
it's-
couldn't even get into it.
I think it's also why it's hard for me to always remember all these details that you fucking go through fucking memorizing.
Because you're watching them tired, right?
Because I'm watching them super
Yeah.
tired, and I'm just like watching them for a moment.
Yeah.
Right? I'm remembering moments. I'm not remembering every detail of fucking the breakdown. You must be reading fucking transcript or something.
Well, I listened to a couple podcasts that broke it down too. So
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Okay.
cheated a little bit. Next fight, co-main event, Kelvin Gas. Oh, wait now.
Oh,
Let's go to the picks for Dern.
Yeah.
Let's see here. We both had Dern.
Yeah.
You had first round sub, so you get 2 points for that one.
Double point. And
Yeah.
what'd you do?
Second round sub. Yeah.
And you picked first that time too.
Okay, let's take it easy.
So I get an extra
All right,
point.
you already got the fucking points. All right.
So that's 2-1, right?
You got 2. I got 1 over there. Yeah,
So it's 2-2
2 to
now?
1. All right, so Gastelum
All right, let's go.
and Jacare. Man, Jacare had a good first round. I actually watched this fight.
You
I
watched
went
this
back and
fight?
watched it, yeah, because I had heard that it was a really good fight and that it was a little bit controversial in the decision.
Yeah. Okay.
Because Jacare came out and said, I won that fucking fight. First, he made a whole bunch of excuses. I should have, cut weight better, and this is why I lost. And then he came out and said, but I really won. Well, why were you making all those fucking excuses then?
Yeah.
It was that was a tough one to score because Jacare clearly had that first round. And he was competitive in the second round, but he got put on his fucking ass.
Yeah.
And the third round, he landed a lot of big shots, but I thought Kelvin controlled that round mostly.
Yeah, I thought, man, it was a tough one. It was a great fight. I like that.
I thought
fight
it was a
lot.
very
Yeah,
good
it was
fight.
a great fight.
Yeah.
I thought Kelvin won barely
Yeah.
too. I thought Jacare was gonna get the call of being the hometown boy.
Yeah, being in Brazil, man. That Brazil commission has fucked over a lot
Right.
of foreign fighters
Well, I remember
in favor of
the
Brazilian
last
fighters.
time Vitor fought, he won in Brazil. I thought he lost.
Yeah.
And
Who did he fight then?
I can't remember I can't remember who it was, but I just
Yeah.
remember that thinking, I don't know, I agree with that.
Yeah.
But and I thought this was going to be the same thing, where I felt like it was close enough for them to be like, okay,
Give it to
we
the
can do
Brazilian.
this now.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they didn't. It went to Kelvin, and I think
I think Kelvin came closer to finishing the fight.
yeah, that's why I'm coming from too.
Yeah.
I think his shots were a little more devastating. I think it was more. You're more worried about Kelvin finishing the fight than Jacare.
I don't know why Jacare in the first round. Like, I get it. You believe in your Brazilian jiu-jitsu. You've got this kid fucking mounted.
Mm-hmm.
Just smash him. Why are you going for this armbar in the first round?
I know.
He lost the position. Kelvin ended up on top. That
Kelvin's
kind
going
of
to the
fucked
ground,
him.
too.
That kind of fucked him a little bit. And I think Jacare put a little bit too much into trying to finish that fight in the first round.
First home.
He
from-
gassed,
Maybe
man.
that's a problem with fighting at home too.
Yeah.
Bet you if he's fighting in fucking Oklahoma City right now.
Yeah.
He wouldn't be too concerned about doing that highlight crazy first round finish and celebrate with his family.
Yeah,
Right?
absolutely.
He's just trying to win the fight now.
Yeah.
So that gives, because I know me, man. Like when I played sports growing up, if I'm playing at home, they give you a little extra to do a little something extra.
Yeah.
Right? So
absolutely. You want to get that crowd going, right?
didn't pay off.
Didn't pay off for him, and I think it gassed him out. I'm going to be honest, man, and we talked about this a little bit earlier. Jacare hasn't looked the same since USADA came in either.
Yeah. He looked. Was it after the first round? Or
like
the second
body wise
round?
and performance wise, he's looked a lot different since USADA. And I don't want to fucking point any fingers. It's just it's a little fishy. But he's getting older too.
What round was it? The end of the second or the first where he like stumbled, like fell walking back to his might have been
End
after
of the second.
I think.
End of the second, yeah. And in the third round, you could see he was very fucking tired.
And the ref didn't even see it. He was walking the other way. He's lucky because he could have called the doctor and might have been over. So
yeah, absolutely.
Maybe not in Brazil.
Man, how about the fucking Jesus Christ, bud? You fucking Matt Covington. Shit.
I'm gonna have to tag him in this.
Colby Connell, I think, is a better way to go. Colby Connell.
I'd rather be related to him.
How great is fucking Kelvin's chin? Jesus Christ, man, Jacare
he's a
can
real
crack,
deal, man.
and he fucking cracked him. Man, I lost count at like 12. How many like hard fucking shots? Kelvin, one thing, he's got a great chin and good for him. That shit don't last. Kelvin's got to tighten up his fucking stand-up defense. Yeah. Big time. Keep your fucking hands up, kid. You know, because Kelvin can crack. He can wrestle. He's got jiu-jitsu. He's got good jiu-jitsu defense. He's got great takedown defense like we saw in this fight.
Real deal, man.
This guy's got to keep his fucking hands up and start defending, man. Because if he goes up against Whitaker or if he goes up against Yoel Romero, and those guys crack him clean like Jacare did, it's going to be fucking good night, Irene.
Do you think for some reason, because of how the fight started, he was more concerned about the takedowns?
Oh, of course he was.
So,
yeah, of course he was.
Take a few. If you think I could take a few of these shots rather than be on the ground and deal with that for fucking 3.5 minutes,
yeah,
punch me in the head a few times.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, it's the Khabib Al thing, right?
That's right.
You're right. You're winning, bud. You're winning. Keep hitting me, right?
But, but eventually, I'm going to get you down. But and I think, you know, Jacare had a lot of steam taken off his punches, you know, through the second and third rounds. But still, man, he was cracking him. Kelvin's got to tighten up that defense fucking big time. That should be his number one priority
who does he
right
train
now
with?
is working stand-up, striking defense.
Do you know who Kelvin trains with?
No, I don't even know what. If I knew what city he trained out of, I could probably tell you who.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I feel like he's one of those guys that's still training with the guys that he always has. And I feel like sometimes it's better to go to those TriStar gyms or something.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
there was someone that came out with Firas Zahabi, and it was surprising to me to see him. I wasn't expecting it. I can't remember who it was now.
Right.
It might have even been Jacare.
Right.
I think it was Jacare, actually.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Which
I know GSP has trained with Jacare quite a bit.
Okay.
So that's
I
very
think it
possible.
was, because I remember being surprised because I was like, oh, I didn't know.
He's Brazilian, and here's
Well,
this
I just didn't think he trained in
French-Canadian.
Canada.
Yeah.
Right? I figured
Yeah.
he trained somewhere in Vegas or somewhere in the States where a lot of guys are.
Yeah. And a lot of these guys sometimes, too, like Firas is the kind of guy where you may not necessarily train with him all the time, but he's a great guy to have in your fucking corner.
Oh, shit.
You know, like he's good at cornering fights.
Yeah. Well, he has like a YouTube page or whatever where he just does videos that are like fucking 2 hours long.
Yeah,
he's
I know.
just breaking down a fight.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah.
I'm not that technical. I don't know enough.
His
to
instructional
for that shit,
videos are fucking incredible on YouTube, too.
Oh, I would
for
imagine.
us. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Big time. Great win for Kelvin. I didn't see a lot of controversy. I gave 2 rounds to Kelvin. I thought he had more opportunity to finish the fight than Jacare did. So I think it's a good win, but I really think, man, he's got to go back to the drawing board, work on striking defense big time, because he fights Bobby Knuckles like that. He's going to fucking sleep. I don't care how good your chin is.
Right.
You know, Bobby can crack. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, I know. I hear you. So
but he's right there. I mean, Kelvin's right there for a title shot. He said he's going to wait for it. I want to see it.
I think he's right there.
I want to see it. Whether Yoel can unseat Whitaker, however that fucking shakes out, I want to see Kelvin against both of those guys. Really,
I think that's the way it's going to happen.
Yeah.
One of those guys fight. It's real soon.
They're fighting pretty soon. I think in June.
So these fights are pretty close to one another.
Yeah, June, maybe July, maybe July. So yeah, I mean, Kelvin's sitting out and waiting as long as one of those guys doesn't get injured in the fight or leading up to it.
Hope.
Fuck, let's hope that doesn't happen. But you know what? If they get injured leading up to it, maybe Kelvin jumps in. You know, you never know.
Ooh.
You never know what happens.
Maybe, maybe. Might be too. I think it's too soon from the fight again. But
let's talk about this main event.
Whoa. What was the pick?
Oh shit. Okay. Oh, here we go. We both had Gastelum. I had 3rd round stoppage.
And I had.
And you had a decision.
Woohoo! 2 points again.
So right now it's 4 points.
The Young Bucks coming in hot.
4-2. What happened? What do you want?
Bottle opener.
Oh, bottle opener. All right. You can't just point it. There's a
fucking-
lot of shit on this
Just
fucking
fucking
side.
get it, Mark. Okay.
You were pointing at the mixer. I'm like, what? What happened? What is it? Fuck, not the mixer
Oh,
again.
you're worried about. Okay, that
Jesus
makes
Christ.
sense.
All right, so
Makes sense
before
why
we
you're
talk
having
about before we talk about the main event, let's go ahead and get to the picks, and then we'll figure out who fucking won. I think it's pretty obvious that you've won the picks this week.
Yeah.
Which upsets me just a little bit.
So we had that.
So I had Nunes as a unanimous decision. You had Nunes as a third round TKO. So you actually do get 2 points because it was a TKO.
But it was
fifth round. So, but you had the winner and you had the method. You just had the round wrong. I had the winner, and that's it. So turns out,
what's the
6
tally?
points to 3. You doubled me up.
That's $3 my way.
Yeah. Well, listen, we got.
I like it.
We got picks this week too.
Oh, great. So
We'll see how you make out.
Maybe I'll get another 3.
Maybe.
Double it up.
Yeah, you get another 3, and I'll get 6. Okay. Nunes and Rocky. Listen, man, you know what I've heard a lot lately, especially from Nunes, has said, I'm not going to go up and fight Cyborg. There's too many great contenders in my division now. I fucking highly disagree. And I think this fight proved my point.
Yeah,
Rocky's she's a tough chick.
Wasn't close.
She's a tough chick. She had fucking nothing for Amanda Nunes. She had absolutely nothing other than toughness. She was a fucking punching bag in there, and she tried her goddamnedest. And
yeah, it was.
But I will say this: Amanda Nunes, even though she was kind of in against not an easy opponent, man. I don't want to say that. Rocky, she earned her shot. She got it. But I think that Nunes, from what I saw of it, I watched like a 6-minute highlight clip from this fight. Nunes looked like she improved just from her last fight.
Man,
she looked fucking great.
I didn't know these girls were
and I mean,
best
this was
friends, too.
tailor-made for her to look so, but she still,
Yeah.
It really was. Style-wise, this was all Amanda. If she had any power at all, I would have picked her in a first or second round KO. She just doesn't have any power.
Yeah, unless you're against Ronda.
And she's not a real strong submission artist either. She's more like JJ. Like Joanna.
Yeah,
no longer
exactly.
champion. She just, you know what I mean? She's just better than everybody else.
She's
But
so good.
she looked. I saw a lot of improvements, man. She looked fucking great. Rocky, tough as nails, but couldn't make it happen.
Yeah, it was fucking.
And we're gonna talk about what
I didn't think this fight was going to be close. I picked third round TKO.
Yeah.
She lasted longer than I did.
Yeah.
But at the end of the fourth round, I'm not sure if you've read about this controversy yet or not. Her corner.
Yeah, well, I know all about this.
Okay, so going into the fifth round, she says to her corner, "I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done."
Yeah.
And the corner's, "No, you're not. No, you're not. You're
And by
good."
this time, she had a broken nose. Her eye
Yeah.
was fucking shut. She had taken just an absolute beating.
she's
She
just
wasn't
been-
in the fight. It wasn't like, hey, go out in this round and you may get a decision.
Right, and it's not like that's her. It's
It
not
was
like it's
4
her-
rounds to none.
And the thing is, I didn't really even realize this till after the fight, but it's not even like that's her fucking enemy over there that she doesn't want to give that kind of victory to.
Right.
That's one of her best friends.
Yeah.
So, like, you win. Like,
Sure.
great job. Like,
Yeah,
you
I mean,
don't-
lesbians get along. Let's be honest.
yeah, there you go. They got a tight click. Oh.
They're all tight.
Oh, God.
They're all tight.
Are they?
Yeah, they haven't been stretched out.
I guess. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
All
Maybe.
right. Between Brazil and the lesbians, we're in trouble. This
Yeah,
week,
we're
bud.
fucking. Yeah.
Episode 8. We're not sure when that one's coming out.
Oh, well, maybe Hank gets more views.
Yeah, let's hope so. Hey, listen, controversy has always helped me on the SCRAPCAST. So why the fuck?
Yes, yeah.
Fuck the Brazilians. Fuck the lesbians. Let's fucking fire it up here.
Fuck. Okay. I can't remember what the fuck I was saying.
Okay, so.
Anyway,
right.
with the corner. So
Yes.
fucking. So she goes. So I thought the corner should have just said, if you're done, you're done. But
Right.
yeah, they let her go back out there, and she lasted another, I don't know, couple minutes, and
She lasted another 3 minutes and 23 seconds.
which were a rough 3 minutes and 20.
She got beat the fuck up. Man, I have a lot of mixed emotions about this. First of all, it's very hard. You don't know. A corner knows their fighter more than anybody else, better than anybody else. I don't know what happens in sparring, in the gym. Maybe she's prone to doing that, saying, "Oh, I'm done," and they have to kick her ass and keep her fucking going. Maybe that's it. Maybe when a fighter says they're done, you should fucking shut it down.
I think so.
Before I tell you how I feel about it, why don't you tell me from your perspective what you thought about her saying that and then sending her back out to absorb that punishment? What do you think about it?
I think that she just spent 20 minutes getting her ass kicked.
Sure.
She was going to spend another 5 or less getting her ass kicked.
Yeah.
Everyone in the building knew it. She knew she couldn't probably see straight.
Yeah.
She probably, you know what I mean? She couldn't feel her probably whole fucking face. You don't know what she's feeling because she's just beaten up, bloody,
Nothing good.
broken.
She's not feeling anything
And even
good.
more importantly than that, I think they work for her. She's the fighter. She's paying them to be in her corner.
Right.
You know, the UFC's paying her X amount of money to be in that ring and fucking
a percentage of that is going to the corner.
fight the killer on the other side of the ring.
Absolutely.
And she's taking a percentage of that and feeding these people to help.
Yes.
So I don't think they're helping her when she's saying, I'm done. And they're saying, no. I don't know, man. I think I don't know. I think it's just easier when you're not in there getting your ass kicked to be the person to say, you could do it.
Sure.
But this isn't a movie.
Yeah.
Like, live the fight another day.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, your job as the corner is to protect your fighter, right? She had no chance of winning. What I didn't like about the corner, and I'm not against the corner here at all, but what I didn't like is they didn't tell her what to fucking do. They told her to stay in there, but they didn't say, hey, let's get back to working the jab. Let's look to land that right hand. We got to finish this fucking fight. That's the only way you're going to win. Go out there and fucking finish it, but here's how. You know?
Right.
Give her a fucking blueprint. Give her something.
Yeah.
Something. You know, she's dropping her left. Go with an overhand right. Something. Give her fucking some kind of advice. If you're going to send her back out there to the Lions, pardon the pun, because that is Amanda's nickname. But anyway, they didn't give her any advice on how she should approach this fifth round. That's what I didn't like about it. But here's the thing. Here's how I feel about it, okay? If I'm working her corner, I'm sending her back out. Rocky is never going to get another fucking opportunity at this belt, right? She maybe shouldn't even have been in there. This is the only opportunity she's going to have to realize her fucking dream, the reason she got into it, the reason she gets up every fucking morning and trains so goddamn fucking hard. Listen, if this was a fucking dude, this is a different conversation, okay? It's a chick. But you're a fucking fighter. You're in a title fight. You got your nose busted up. Yeah, that's fighting. Are you all beat up? Good, you're in a fight. Right? You've been fighting for 20 minutes and you're beat up. That means you're in a fucking fight. Get the fuck out there and fight.
I get that, but like, we'll bring it way back to the 90s. We talked with a guy that got mounted and then just tapped. He knew he was done.
Absolutely.
And he tapped.
Absolutely.
She knew she was done. So
I know. I don't like it that she went out and took that damage.
And the thing is, too, is what I'm thinking is, what if the amount of damage she had from that point is going to keep her out for 7 months?
Listen.
Wait.
Okay.
But then she listens to her corner, goes back out, and then takes more damage and she'll be out for 2 years.
Right.
Well, now she can't make money for 2 years.
Listen, when you sign that dotted line, you have to accept the fact that you're never fucking coming out of that cage to begin with.
I guess.
No, really, man.
I don't think that's how they look at it anymore. I think they're more looking at it like professional athletes now.
It's not. It's a fucking fight. It's still a goddamn fight.
I know, but
go out there and fucking. Are you a fighter or not?
I get that, and I think.
Do you want to be a fucking fighter?
But I think there's a lot of fighters that feel the same way you do.
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot of fighters that think the same way that NFL players do and NBA players do, which I'm getting paid money. I want to be paid well. I'm a prize fighter.
Sure.
I'm not a fucking, like, some of these guys even say I hate fighting.
Yeah.
I'm just good at it, so when I get paid well to do it.
Yeah.
So like,
those are the people that quit on the fucking stool.
Maybe.
Right? Those are the people that quit on the stool.
But I guess for me, I don't know.
What if she won, Matt? What if she went out and she landed that big right hand and she wins the fucking title? No, it doesn't matter. It's happened. It's happened a number of fucking times.
But it's never happened to somebody who thought they were done.
Oh, I don't know about that.
No one's ever said, I'm done, and then went and won.
Okay, you and I watched Pat Barry versus Czech Congo, correct?
Correct.
Right. Do you think that Czech Congo, if they had stopped it in the middle of him being, knocked out 7 times in this fight, if they had stopped it like after the third knockout, what do you think Czech would have said? I'm done.
I don't know.
He won. What if? See, here's the thing. Here's the thing you have to ask yourself though. What if that happened? Then what happens? Then what does everybody say today about the corner? What a great fucking move, right? She didn't need to go out there. She was not in the fight. She should have quit after the second fucking round, right? But if you've made it now here and all you got is 5 minutes left. All you got to do is 5 minutes the rest of your fucking life. Maybe you can pull this out and become the champion. This is what you've been working for the last fucking 6 years. This is why you went on The Ultimate Fighter. Like I said before, why you get up every fucking day.
I guess, but
this is what you're living. Go out there and fucking do it.
I get it.
You know,
but
what is she saying now?
But here, I don't know. I haven't listened.
Well, I can tell you what she's saying now.
But
She's
hold on one
saying,
sec.
I'm so glad my corner sent me out there. She's happy about that decision.
Well, do you think she is, or do you think she just doesn't want to be that person who's talking shit about her corner that she's gonna have to go train with every day for hopefully the rest of her life? I think that was more politics.
It's tough.
But here's the thing.
You know what I hate? I hate that Rocky put that on her fucking corner. Because if you want out of that fight, you know all the ways. You know all the ways out of that fight.
Right.
All you got to do is say what you said to your corner. Say it to the ref.
But that's why.
Say it to the ref.
But that's why I
out.
think it's on the corner, because I think it's up there. I don't think it's the right decision to just quit unless you're standing there and you're willing to, you can fight. Like, she clearly fought for 3 more fucking minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
She could fight.
Exactly.
So, but
her nose is already broken. But it was her eyes already shut.
But it was also her decision to make wrong or right.
Right.
Not her corner's decision to make wrong.
Exactly.
So they should have let her make the wrong decision and deal with the consequences of making that decision.
I don't entirely fucking disagree. But here's what I'll tell you. I train Nick the Big Boom Coombs.
Right. I just met him.
Right. And so he's got a championship fight coming up. Can't say when or against who, but he's fighting for an amateur title. I can tell you this much right now. If he comes back to the fucking corner and says, I'm done in any round, I'm going to slap him in the face and tell him to get the fuck out there and fight, goddammit. You want me in your fucking corner, you got to do your part.
Yeah, that's the difference between men and women, Mark.
They're
I'm just fucking.
Fighters, right? They're fucking fighters. Go out there and fucking fight.
I agree.
You know?
But maybe that's you and him, but there's
I
definitely
hate it that
other
she put it
fighters.
on the corner because, I mean, really.
You're right, though. Tell the ref.
I'm not. I don't know if I'm right or not. You know, I don't know if I'm right or not.
I think you're right about telling the ref. If she wanted to be done, she could have been done.
Yeah. It's a shitty position to put the corner in, you know. But at the same time, you know, maybe the corner should have said, hey, you know, I like what you said, right? Okay, you're done. Shut her down, and then she's got to deal with the consequences.
Hey,
the problem is that's a lifelong fucking consequence, and the corner knows that.
Listen, your corner could be way worse. AKA Francis Ngannou putting fucking towels around him while he's hyperventilating. For fuck's sake.
That's not a great idea. Yeah. But, you know, the corner realizes that, you know, this is Rocky's probably only shot at a time.
I don't know if she wins a few fights. I don't know. Women's, they kind of always kind of rotate.
It's very rare you get a second crack at a title.
Misha fucking fought for like 8 times.
That's true. And Frankie's fought for a lot of times.
Holy fuck, yeah.
I'll tell you one thing. Frankie'd be going back out there.
Frankie definitely. He would never say I'm done.
Man, fighting is never say
and there's a lot of
done.
female fighters. Like, I don't think Amanda Nunes would ever say I'm done if she was getting her ass kicked.
I don't think so either.
I don't think Misha would.
I don't think so either.
I don't think Cyborg would. I don't think Holly Holm would.
This is why Rocky's not wearing the fucking strap today.
Well,
right?
it's not why.
This is why. You know, there's a fighter from the old days, and I realize it's the old days, and it's a different mentality. His name is Ensign Inoue, and he's a Hawaiian fighter. Fought a lot in Japan. Before every single fight, he wrote goodbye letters to all his friends and family. He expected to die every fight. And that's the goddamn mentality you need if you're going to fight for a fucking title. That's what you need. You need to be willing to fucking die in every fight because it's possible.
But wouldn't it be easier for him just to save those letters every time instead of writing them every fucking fight?
I don't know if he sent them. I don't know if he just sent them.
I'm just kidding.
Or if he just wrote them and held on to them. I don't know. But actually, go back and listen to... he was on Rogan.
We haven't talked about UFC 4 yet. Okay. There's something I want.
But go back and listen to, if you get a chance, listen to Ensign Inoue on Rogan.
Okay, I will.
Yeah, he talks a lot about that. It's a fucking great podcast.
Yeah, I'll listen to that for sure.
It's quite old. It's maybe 3, 4.
Yeah, see,
maybe even 5 years old.
When I started listening to Rogan, he was pretty late. He was in like his last studio.
Yeah.
Not the one he's in now, obviously.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I think he was, I don't know, around 600 or 700.
I hate it that Rocky put it on the corner. The corner, I wouldn't have been upset with the corner if they had said, okay, she's done, we're done, and they stopped it. I would not have been upset. But I'm certainly not upset that they sent her back out there.
Oh, to be honest,
you know, when you're in a fight, Matt, when you're in that situation, all you are thinking about is that fight. It's one of the awesome things about sparring and grappling jiu-jitsu. One of the things I loved about it is it shut everything else in the world off. And the only thing you're focusing on is what you're doing right now. And that's so rare, especially nowadays. That's such a rare feeling But that's what fighting does. You fucking hone in on this one fucking moment. So Rocky's honed in on this one moment, right? And it's not a great fucking moment. She's getting beat from pillar to fucking post. She's in against somebody who's got her outclassed by a fucking million miles, you know? So that's all she's focused on right now. I can't climb this fucking hill. I want a way out, you know? And as a coach, I've coached fighters for, 15, 20 fucking years. You see it in the gym all the time. When I'm training Nick, he'll look at me and go, I can't do another round on the bag. Yes, you're fucking doing it. Do it, motherfucker. That's just your body being a bitch. You can do it. You've been doing it. You're being a bitch. Go fucking do it, And that's how you get shit out of your fighters, by being tough on them, Her corner should work with her enough to know what she's capable of, right?
I guess that makes sense too, yeah.
She trusts her corner. Obviously, they're there. Yeah. She's paying them. I trust her fucking corner because she does. So I'm with that decision. And I think there's too much focus on it. A lot of people are shitting on this fucking corner. She's a fighter. Go out and fucking fight. You hired this corner to get the best out of you, right? That's why you're hiring this fucking corner. I want you to draw the best out of me. So I think they did a good job. And if they went the other way, I wouldn't be upset either, right? To be honest, it shouldn't have been put on them. Fighters know how to get out of fights.
Yeah, if I'm being perfectly honest, I'm actually really happy they sent her back out because that gave me an extra point on our pick list.
You fucking selfish cocksucker. The Brazilians, the selfishness, the lesbians.
Woo,
my God.
Fuck it, let's go.
It's a tough podcast. I think what I don't like about this whole situation is it's overshadowing a fucking awesome performance by the reigning champion. I don't give a fuck. Everyone's talking about the parity in this fucking division. There's no parity in this division. None. No. I need to see Nunes versus Cyborg fucking immediately.
I agree.
Immediately. And I hope that happens.
Do you think maybe the booking this fight was kind of Dana's kind of secret way of making it look like, see, man, there's no competitors here. You need to go fight Cyborg.
Maybe.
Right? Dana's not, he's not below that.
No, he's not.
He'll do anything if he's going to get it when he needs.
Yeah. But it was a great performance
Dana
by the
actually
champion.
talked about Nate GSP, eh?
Yeah, see, now Nate's coming out and saying that whole deal's all fucking wolf tickets.
I know, but Nate's fucking
wolf tickets.
But he said that about him and Connor too, as well.
That's true,
and that happened.
Yeah,
twice.
Well, Nate knows how to sell a fight, right? You don't give it up right away.
Nate's been
yes, I'm fighting him, and it's going to be an honor. He's like, I ain't not fucking doing that shit. Fuck him and fuck GSP, right? Yeah. That's how you sell tickets.
And Nate's been posting a lot more on social media than he has over the last months and months and months. He's been nonstop over the last little bit. So.
Has he been pausing podcasts so we can take a leak?
Well, you're about to.
Yeah, I think we've got that sufficiently broken down. We don't want to beat a dead horse like Rocky got fucking beat.
That's right.
Down in that 5-round. Great finish by Amanda Nunes. Great performance. Great event. I'm glad I didn't watch it.
Fucking idiots.
I'm going to watch the next one.
Speaking of another event you didn't watch.
Right. Actually.
Well, recently.
Listen, fella.
You may have watched this 100 times.
I could close my eyes. You could turn on the event and I could tell you exactly what happened because I've seen UFC 4. Well, let's just say a number of fucking
times. Did it feel like 4 ever?
Yeah.
Huh?
Oh, boy.
Huh?
That's not a new bit you're working on, is
Fuck
it?
no.
Okay, good. That's good. Don't take that shit to Yucks.
No.
Or maybe Yucks, but don't take it to
I was going to
Chuckles.
say, it might work at Yucks.
Yeah, it might work at Yucks.
But the only place.
All right, UFC 4. So you watched this event?
Today.
Okay, listen.
Fuck.
What'd you think of it? Give me the overall, and
what
then
they
we'll
call
start
it,
breaking
revenge
it fucking
of
down.
something.
Revenge
of the Warriors.
Of the Warriors.
Right.
Because like I said last week, UFC 3 kind of left us on a cliffhanger with this alternate fucking wins. Yeah. You don't know what's going on with Hoist. Is he
fucking
okay?
Jennings
Is he in the fucking hospital? Yeah, Steve Jenham.
Yeah, that's right.
And he was in this event as well, trying to defend his, ultimate fighting crown. So, what did you think of the event overall?
I thought it was surprising that the first fight of the night was Hoist Gracie.
Yeah.
But I feel like they did that strategically to give him some rest.
Absolutely.
Because the last event, he was last on the semifinal or the qualifier.
First chemo.
Fuck it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that interesting thing.
Yeah.
So that was the first fight against
the oldest guy to compete.
Fight 51, right? That old guy. Yeah,
Ronald Van Cleef.
Was he was some sort of karate.
He was karate.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Black Dragon, Ron Van Cleef. Now Van Cleef is much like Jerry Harris that we talked about when you watched UFC 7, after this fight, he was also hired by the UFC as some kind of commissioner. First, he was a judge.
Oh, perfect.
Then he was like a commissioner, kind of
Oh,
a
fuck. Okay, yes,
consultant.
yes.
You probably saw him in
Okay,
UFC
this
6,
makes perfect
right?
sense.
Yeah.
Because I said,
You're coming in hot.
sorry. As soon as they showed him on the screen, I said, is that the fucking cut man or something? I'm like, they always introduce him. Like,
Yeah.
he's one of those guys that they introduce in the intro.
Yeah, that's right.
And I thought it was, but I was like, I must be wrong.
Yeah.
But no, now that you say that, it's because I'm watching them all fucking jambled, right? I'm
Yeah.
watching 6 and 7, and
That's
then
right.
3 and 4. So
That's why you're watching number 5 next. We're going to try to keep you in sequence
there we go.
moving forward.
Then I can jump to 8 after that.
Yeah. Well, we still got to go back and watch 1 and 2. But anyway, yeah, Ron Van Cleef ended up getting a job with the UFC, and good for him.
We have to watch. How many UFC 220, or I guess I'm 20 some in.
224. You got a long ways to go, bud. Here's the thing. This match was decided when Van Cleef put his name in. The Gracies ran the UFC back then.
Yeah.
Rorion Gracie started the UFC, and he was running the shit. He knew, I got to put this old guy against Hoist, because Hoist is going to be gentle. You don't put an old guy like this against a Keith Hackney or, someone like that who's going to fuck him up. You're going to put him against someone who's going to choke him out gently,
actually,
and that's exactly what happened.
Jim Brown said during the commentating, he said about after the fight, he said his Hoist Gracie's dad or his grandfather, one of them said to him,
His dad said, "Don't hurt this man."
Don't hurt people unnecessarily. You know?
Especially this old motherfucker.
Yeah, so Hoist didn't throw any punches.
No punches.
When he had him on the ground. Not a single strike.
No, he just worked for that choke, and he got it eventually.
Yeah.
and Ron tapped pretty quickly.
Yeah, like 4.5 minutes in or something like that.
Pretty
Which
quickly.
for them was like record breaking.
Yeah.
It was 4 minutes and 37 seconds. That's the longest fight Hoist Gracie's. I'm like, what are you guys talking about?
Oh, yeah.
They said at the end of this, the average fight time up until this event was 2 minutes of fight.
Yeah. Because they were real fights.
I missed
They were
tho-
street fights.
I miss those days. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie.
I love those days,
Oh,
man. I
man.
love those days. So Gracie moves on. Not much to talk about. He just took him down and tapped the old man out. He had no business being in there. First of all, he was super old. And, his background was point karate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He touched people.
Good fucking luck against someone
he Donnie
who
Snuck?
knows how to fight on the ground. You're in trouble. What happened there?
I said he
Unless
touched
he's-
people. 'Cause
Yeah.
I said, is he Donnie Snuck?
Oh, Donnie
get it?
Snook.
Do you get it?
Listen, we don't. Most of our listeners have no idea who Donnie Snook is.
Yes.
This is an international podcast, man.
Listen.
You can't be dropping local fucking shit on
I
here.
guess there's no such thing as like what would they call it if you could like go on something and like search a world wide web or like
Sure.
they'd have the internet.
the
maybe?
internet.
Oh right.
Oh yeah, search Donnie Snook. He's a monster. Next fight. Now here's the one we're probably going to spend the most time talking about.
Yeah.
Because this was a great fight. Keith Hackney, the Giant Killer.
Oh, right.
Now he's got the fucking moniker, the Giant Killer.
Giant Killer.
Right? Didn't they call him that? In
Yeah,
UFC
and
4?
Jim Brown didn't. He wasn't impressed with that fight because the guy, he said I don't know something about him.
The big guy wasn't very skilled. Keith
skilled.
Hackney, everybody knew Keith
Yes.
Hackney what he was going to do.
Yes.
And that big guy, he had no business being
it was
in
something
there.
like it was definitely along those.
I love Jim Brown. He fought Chemo's trainer, Joe Song.
Yeah, what an interesting cat he is.
Remember I told you.
He wore a suit to the event.
He wore a suit.
Yeah,
What do you mean?
in his interview, he was just sitting there with his arms
Oh
crossed.
yeah, in a suit.
We
Yeah,
were saying-
but he wore little tighty
Yeah,
fucking
he
red
wore,
tights.
he wore one.
He had
little
knee
red
pads.
tights.
He had the fucking
He
sneakers
was wearing-
on. The
yeah, he was wearing
the A6
sneakers.
wrestling shoes.
He came out with the cross too.
That's right. Yeah,
All that-
he could hardly lift that
I was
cross.
gonna say-
First of all, it was a bigger cross. He's
thought-
a smaller guy.
I thought he was.
He struggled.
Yeah,
Let's
I
be
thought
honest. He
well,
struggled.
I seen him go lower, and I'm like, man, he's gonna drop this fucking
It
thing.
could be why he lost the fight. I mean, that took a lot of energy to carry that fucking cross down.
Yeah, he didn't look like he really knew what he was. His rest, I don't know. Did
He's
you ever
fucking-
do? Did you
he's
do
terrible.
anything?
He's fucking terrible.
Yeah,
The only thing he ever did was fucking kidnap a young kid and fucking rape her in the van.
Okay.
And he went to prison for that and got murdered in fucking prison, rightfully so.
Well, that makes perfect sense. Then.
So I love what happened in this fight. What'd you think about the nut shots, bud?
Yeah, that was weird.
That was a great escape.
He punched him
So
square in the balls.
several times,
I'm gonna say 8 times in a row.
at least 6 for sure.
Yeah.
So Joe Son had him in kind of a
did
guillotine
something
choke. It was
else.
a sloppy guillotine
He did
choke.
something else earlier in the fight that was kind of dirty too, and I can't remember what it was now. But
Yeah.
fuck, I can't remember. Oh, he pulled later in the fight. He pulled down his fucking van, his ass hanging out.
Yeah, he pulled his shorts down. Yeah,
that's what it was.
Oh, Keith would do anything to win a fucking fight.
Oh yeah.
I love Keith Hackney, man. He was one of my favorites early on, particularly because of these nut shots. Man, what a great escape from a guillotine choke. Listen, guys, if you're ever in a guillotine choke in the street, just punch the guy in the fucking nuts. It works.
Man, yeah, you can't do it now in the UFC.
Man, Joe Son was wearing no cup.
Man.
No cup, and he was taking those shots. And I mean, Keith Hackney, listen, he knocked down a 600-pound man with an open hand strike. And he went from that to smashing Joe Son's little balls with a closed fist.
That. Oh, well, he first was punching him
boy.
in the abdomen area. And then he just started moving his fucking leg, and every time he pushed his leg, and then punch him in the balls. Move his leg, punch him in the balls.
Yeah. And you know what I loved about Joe Son, though? He wasn't even fucking selling it. He was like, whatever.
Man.
It's like he had balls of steel or something.
Fuck Jesus keeping those kind of steel.
But he eventually let go. And what I loved about this fight, I loved Keith Hackney's choke. He just grabbed him by the fucking larynx and just fucking squeezed his windpipe shut.
I think Buddy just tapped out of fear more than anything.
3 months after this event, I was in the basement of Little John's store. And this fucking weird guy named Gary lived in this fucking ramshackle apartment that was
You said
thrown.
Lil Jon. Do you mean the rapper?
No, Little John's convenience store in Glen Falls.
Okay,
yeah, here in Glen Falls. Localized.
I thought you meant like when you were in fucking like Edmonton.
No. That was here. So 3 months after this, I'm in the basement of this place. There's a ramshackle thrown together fucking framed up apartment. The bathroom was a bucket. Anyway, we're getting all drunk and this Gary guy is staying in this place. And we're getting all hammered. And he starts getting fucking belligerent, right? So I stood up and I said, listen, bud, you don't want any fucking part of this. I'll kill you. You know what I mean? I was a little fucking Looney Tunes, man. Like I'd watch the UFC and then I'd go down to the fucking 3 Mile and just wait for someone to pick a fight with me and try out the moves.
Jesus.
I was guillotining fucking fools back in 94 down at the 3 Mile.
Fucking armors
and nobody knew what the fuck was going on. You know what I mean? Guillotine was mostly, I just went for chokes.
Okay, I guess.
Anyway, so this Gary guy gets fucking aggressive with me. I say, hey, you don't want any part of this. And he came at me, right? I tripped him and I grabbed him in this Keith Hackney fucking choke that I just learned 3 months ago from watching it. And I'm not kidding you, right? It was the grossest fucking feeling because I grabbed his fucking windpipe just like Keith Hackney did. Although Keith had like a reverse grip, right?
He was fucked.
He had a reverse grip. I had a fucking straight on grip. This guy's windpipe, and I squeezed as hard as I could, and I felt his windpipe, both sides touched.
Fuck.
And this Gary guy, you know, I thought I fucking killed him. But it was one of the most disgusting feelings to actually feel that in my hands, his windpipe closed. Like I shut it for just a second. But when I let it go, it stuck a little bit. Oh, dude. It's the weirdest fucking thing. But I learned that choke is actually quite effective in the street.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Can you do that in
I don't know why I'm
UFC
telling
still?
these fucking stories, but anyway, that was a great finish by Keith Hackney. So he moves on to fight Hoist Gracie.
This is a great fight.
Man, I was once Hackney won and that bracket was set, I was more excited for that fight than any fight I had seen in the UFC. I was fucking pumped. I love both these guys. I thought it was such an interesting style matchup.
Even like now, I thought it was kind of and the fans were losing their fucking
Oh
minds.
yeah, because they were both fan favorites, right? Both.
Well, this is the first time Hoist Gracie was throwing some punches. And he threw a lot of kicks.
Yeah, well, we're not at that fucking fight yet, though. Let's take it easy. Next fight was Steve Jenham, defending champion, versus a guy who I thought was in UFC 3, Milton Bowen.
Boxer.
Straight up boxer.
Yeah, big.
No match for Steve Jenham, who just took him down. That was a straight armbar.
Yeah, well, no, it took a little while.
Yeah.
It was, he stayed the distance for a while, threw a couple of weird kicks and stuff, just trying not to get hit.
Yeah.
And then he ended up getting Bowen cornered in the fence, I think, and then just took him down.
Yeah.
He had him on the ground for a while. Actually, what's his name? Bowen was pretty good at fucking
defense.
Yeah, I don't want to call it defense. He was stronger.
It was instincts.
Yeah, it was just
really.
He was just stronger, and he could just push him up enough. But every time he'd get up, fucking Jenham or whatever, bring him right back down.
Just drag him right back down. Yeah.
So and then what happened was Bowen tried to get back up again. But when he done, he flung his arm up in the air, and then Jenham just fucking grabbed it.
Oh, thank you for that present.
And jumped on it.
And it was over.
Yeah.
Jenham got injured, though. He wasn't going to be able to go into the semifinals.
Right, which I don't know how much I think he was injured.
I think he broke his hand on Milton Bowen's head.
I think he was scared because he was going to have to go up against...
against the Beast.
Yeah.
And this was the introduction of the Beast, Dan Severn. UFC Hall of Famer now. Back then, that was his first fight.
Yeah.
And he fought the Mad Dog.
This motherfucker puts Tom Selleck to shame.
Right?
With his mustache.
Yeah.
His mustache was epic.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
Dan Severn fights.
He came out in a fucking little underwear fucking tights too.
He came out in the black tights
with
the wrestling shoes.
With a gray t-shirt
Yeah.
that had a little bit of sweat on it. The first fight.
The first fight. Second fight had a lot of sweat.
And the third
no sleeves.
fight,
No sleeves.
No, it did. It was a t-shirt.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I thought it was a sleeveless.
No, it was just a gray t-shirt.
Okay, yeah.
Fucking plain old, like got it at Walmart.
Yeah.
Pack of 6.
Fruit of the Loom.
Yeah. Pack
Yeah.
of 6 for $9.95.
Sure.
And the second time it was a little lower. And the third fight when he went to fight Hoist.
Soaked.
Fuck.
It was a black t-shirt.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
man! It was. I started. I was like, I wonder if he's gonna just come out more soaked the last time. Here he fucking comes.
then he does.
Down to his belly button. I'm like, holy.
He didn't work up too much of a sweat against the Mad Dog Anthony Macias.
That was the second. Was that the first fight or the second fight? Because the second fight was his fastest one.
Yeah, the second fight was his fastest one.
Yeah.
This was the one where he suplexed this motherfucker.
Oh, right. This is Mad Dog. Yeah.
No
right.
one at this time, the UFC had not seen any suplexes. And here comes Dan Severn with these fucking European suplexes.
And he had like 80 pounds on the guy.
Oh, yeah.
So this is
and
pretty
he just
easy for him.
launched him.
He was used to doing that with guys at his weight.
That's right.
Now he's fighting a guy who looks like he's fucking 180 pounds.
Well, Severn was on the Olympic team.
He had some good leg kicks, though.
Yeah. Anthony
For a good
Macias
2 seconds
was a decorated Muay Thai fighter.
Yeah.
He really was. But he had zero grappling experience once the Beast grabbed onto his waist and started fucking suplexing him. The first one was funny because Anthony Macias had no idea what happened. And you could see him on his hands and knees. And Severn still just held on to his belly behind him. And you can see Anthony shaking his head. He's trying to shake the fucking cobwebs.
Like,
what the
fuck?
fuck
Goes
just
up
happened
for
to me?
another ride.
And then he goes for a serious fucking ride. And it's all over.
Oh, yeah.
Great.
He does finish him with a choke, I think.
Choke,
of some
yeah.
sort.
Eventually choked him. But really what finished him was those fucking 2 suplexes.
He was ready to be done before that.
Yeah, he got fucked up, man. That guy has never seen any grappling. And Dan Severn grappled the shit out of that motherfucker.
And this is a guy that trained with that, what's that guy's name?
With the Russian, Oleg
No,
Taktarov.
the
the Russian
commentator
bear.
guy. Brian something?
Oh,
He's a decorated wrestler, too.
yes, that's right. Dan Severn was on the same Olympic team as Jeff Blatnick.
Right, something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So he had a bit. So he was talking a lot about that.
Oh,
stuff
he knew
that
exactly
chemistry.
what Dan Severn was doing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He
This
was
is a
doing-
German suplex, belly to back.
Well, it's funny because he didn't do a lot of commentating, but during that fight and during actually all of Severn's fights, he did the majority of the commentating.
That's right.
Because he knew what all these names were.
What all the wrestling was. He didn't
Right.
know a lot about jiu-jitsu at the time. But Blatnick is a very important figure in the history of MMA. Well, like I said to you before, he coined the phrase MMA. It was called
right.
It was called No Holds Barred, NHB back in those days, until he named it Mixed Martial Arts.
What a better name.
Yeah, way better. Blatnick was the real deal. He was a cool dude. So now we've got Severn versus Jenham, but that's not going to happen. And the top bracket, it's Gracie versus Hackney. Gracie versus Hackney, what a great fucking fight. Excitement all the way through. And like you said, Gracie shows a little stand-up.
Yeah, and weird. His stance is fucked. I know that, but
Mm-hmm.
he threw like 1 or 2 jabs, but he threw a lot of kicks, little weird low kicks.
Yeah.
And a lot of like those kicks, kind of like Loera did against Vitor.
Yeah.
Very same style kick.
Yeah.
Never connected on any of them. but-
He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to. Those are all swerves. Those are, I'm going to kick you high in the face, and while my foot is blocking your view, I'm getting ready to change levels and fucking take you down, choke
Right.
you out. I got no business being up here on my feet.
I'm not trying to fight. punch
Yeah,
you.
those are red herrings. All of Hoist's striking in those days were just, hey, I'm just doing this to distract you and make you forget that I'm a grappler, so I can come in and take you down.
Well, you know, the funny thing too about this event was I was thinking during it, I kept thinking, fuck, they keep holding on to his gi. Like, you think it'd be easier without the gi. And then I thought, I said, you know what? I said, Buddy's not fucking punching him though. He's just holding on to his gi.
Yeah.
And then Hoya Gracie's next fight, the Buddy commentator said the exact same thing I did. So I was like, okay, I guess it may, because, or the guy says something about the gi, and then Jim Brown comes in and he says, well, actually, he says he likes it because his opponents hang on to it.
Yeah, exactly. It gives your opponents a reason to close the distance and grab onto you.
Exactly.
And then you go, oh, thank you for coming in so close. Now
And they
I'm
don't think
dragging
they're
you
in
down.
danger if they're hanging on to you with
That's
both
right.
their fists.
Yeah, they don't realize is that's designed on purpose. We want you to grab
He's
onto
just
us.
moving inch by inch until he gets it.
That might have been the prettiest armbar that had happened in the UFC up till that time. That was a beautiful armbar. Keith Hackney, tough fucking dude, man. I love him. I dearly love him. Very dangerous striker.
What was great about that armbar too is when what's his name, Jenham had the armbar earlier in the night. I remember thinking, the technique was kind of shit.
It was sloppy.
Yeah.
He didn't have his knees pinched together.
No,
that was all groin.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought the technique was kind of shit. Even from
Yeah,
a guy
it was
who's
sloppy.
guy from Train Zero Jiu-Jitsu, just watching enough fights.
Yeah, if you thought it was sloppy.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was pretty
And
sloppy.
then when I saw Jorge's, I was like, oh, that looks a little more familiar.
Yeah. I don't know why you keep calling Hoist Hoye.
I don't
but,
know why I keep calling that either. What's his brother's name?
Hoye Gracie.
What's his brother's name?
Horian. He's
That's-
got
I always
many
confuse
brothers.
those two.
He has
That's
many
who I'm
brothers.
thinking of.
Yeah. Great fight though. Very exciting. Like you said, the crowd was fucking super into it. Great finish by Hoist. He goes into the finals. Next fight, Dan Severn. He's got to fight an alternate, and he ends up fighting Marcus Bossett.
Oh, right.
And I love this
is
guy's
a karate
nickname.
guy too, right?
I love this guy's nickname. His nickname was.
I don't remember.
You don't remember? He was the Grasshopper.
I don't remember that.
Marcus the Grasshopper Bossett.
No, but I was probably distracted over the repeating of the last fucking names because you pointed
G.
it out.
Goins.
Oh, every
G-Man.
single time he did it. Every single fight.
Matt Connell.
Every time he did it.
Oh, man, he was a staple of the UFC.
He did
back
it the
in those
first
days.
time. I'm like, oh, fuck, he did it the first time. And then he did the second time, and the third time,
Yeah,
the fourth time.
every
I was
single
like,
time.
Holy fuck.
I love the Rich G-Man Goins. He was a big radio personality in Denver, and that's how he got that gig, because the first one was in Denver. And they just said, well, who can we get, you know?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that Rich the G-Man Goins, he should be in the Hall of Fame.
He should.
He really should be.
Didn't he finish
Fame.
a couple later? Because at 6, it was fucking.
Yeah, he was
Mike
done.
Buffer.
We brought in Buffer. Yeah, that's right. So Severn makes quick work of the Grasshopper. And we got the final set. Hoist
Yeah,
Gracie,
that was 15
Dan
seconds,
Severn.
I think, or something.
Yeah.
Except he landed one really good body kick.
He sure did.
And then
He sure did. And
then
it turned
was
fucking
over.
Dan's belly pink right away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you
it
could
was a
tell he
great
was
kick.
shooken up by it, too.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, shit, what was that?
Well, yeah, because you're talking about a guy like, you know, when we mix Severn with Macias, you're talking about a Macias, a guy who has never seen any grappling. He's very surprised by it. Well, by the same token, Dan Severn, that was probably, you know, one of the first body kicks, serious body kicks in competition that he's ever fucking taken.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's just a different side of that spectrum, right?
Yeah, that was a quick fight.
Gracie versus...
Which was interesting because that fight was like 30 seconds or something. And,
Yeah.
and the Hoist Gracie fight was something like
2.5 minutes, 3
no,
minutes.
it was like 6 minutes.
With Keith Hackney?
Yeah.
Was it that long?
Yeah,
I thought it was like 2.5, 3
no,
minutes.
it was longer.
All right.
Yeah, it was a little bit longer.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I know it was a
and
bit,
it was
I
tougher.
know it was a big talking point. Maybe
was
I'm
tougher.
exaggerating. Yeah, it was a lot tougher.
Yeah, it was tougher too, man. Keith Hackney's no fucking joke.
And then the main event was really interesting. Well,
Yeah.
like
Was it though?
I
I mean, it was interesting going in. It's
That's
like
what I mean.
two grapplers, one wrestler, one guy good off his back, one guy.
I was just to say
you know,
to see someone who was good on the ground at that time
who could hang in grappling.
to see what they would do with Hoist.
Yeah.
That's what I was kind of interested in.
Yeah.
I wasn't interested in just fucking laying on top of him for 15 minutes and 30 seconds until
Yeah.
Hoist.
Finally, Hoist lands, and nobody even knew what it was. The commentators didn't even know what fucking
No,
happened.
no,
They're like,
no.
he won. He did something.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it. And then they go back to the replay and they're like, well, I guess he choked him out with his legs. First triangle that was ever seen in the UFC.
I remember because I thought he was going to do that at the last event
Right.
because I thought he had that position, but
Yeah.
he didn't have it.
Yeah. Beautiful triangle. And, you know, funny to see Severn, who looked indestructible going into this fight and really looked indestructible throughout that entire fight in the finals. And then he's locked in something that he's never seen before. And you see him with that big hand tap on the mat.
And the worst part
fucking
is
all over.
leading up to that, all 15 minutes of that, he probably thought he was in control.
Oh, yeah, and he was. He was
I
was
guess.
controlling the fight. I mean, he was in top position. He couldn't
With
pass
judges,
the guard.
with judges.
Yeah.
But without judges, I don't think he was in control.
No, he wasn't. Hoist
was doing way more on the ground with those lot of punches.
This is why the Gracies, when they started the UFC, why there was no time limit, because they knew they could survive long enough and win every single fucking fight if given enough time, right? Because they know on the ground how to conserve energy. They know that the opponent's going to tire out, and that's exactly what happened. They knew what happened at UFC 4 in the final. That was going to happen every single fucking time if there was never a time limit, right?
Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah. Great event.
That's the time. Having not individual rounds is what saved them. Because that fight would have been broken up 3 times.
Yeah.
The fight would have been over, actually.
Absolutely.
If it wasn't a title fight or a main event.
Yeah.
Right? It was 15 minutes and 38 seconds.
It would have ended and Severn would have won.
Yeah. He would have
Let's be honest.
won.
He would have won.
It would have been 10
but,
rounds.
obviously would have been fought a lot different by Hoist. He probably would have been,
That's true,
opening
too.
himself up. For,
everything's a lot different with different rules.
Yeah, absolutely. So it was a great event to watch. Not really a lot to talk about other than the nut shots and the first triangle. I mean, there was a few talking points, but not a whole shitload of things to talk about, right? So your homework this week.
We're going back in time.
Is just the next one. It's UFC 5.
And then I'm going back to 1.
And then we'll send you back to 1 and 2. Right. But UFC 5, that's your homework. And trust me when I say there are a lot of talking points that are going to come out of this one. Particularly,
I got to remember my binder. I forgot to hear this. I was going to.
I thought you left it on purpose.
No. This was going to write all those fucking notes in for those.
Well, take it with you this time. Jesus Christ.
Fuck.
I don't fucking
Great idea,
need it.
Mark.
All right.
Fuck.
Well, why'd you leave it behind? You set it up for a picture and then you walked away.
It was an accident. Okay? I'm human,
Right, you
Mark.
and your fucking pictures.
I forgot my
Christ.
weed. I forgot my weed, too. All kinds of things.
Yeah, particularly the first fight in UFC 5. A lot to talk about there. You're going to enjoy this event. UFC 5 is a very, very good event. And you'll see some familiar faces in this event, too.
I like it. We're an hour and 10 minutes in now. So
now,
I was thinking, instead of breaking down the whole next fight card,
right,
we'll just talk about the main event.
Oh, well, let's see.
Because the fight card's kind of weak.
It is a little weak.
It might be one of those things that
it's in Chile.
Like, did you see that?
It's the first one. It's the first time they're going to Chile. And
if you're
they can pretty much get away with anything when they go there. You can give them any kind of card you want to give them. It's not like you got to stack the card.
That is exactly what they did. Even the main event, I'm gonna watch it, but
let's go through it quick. So the first fight is Chad Laprise versus Vincent.
I guess we're gonna make some weird guesses, don't we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Chad Laprise versus Vincent Luque, and Chad Laprise is a Canadian guy. He was on the episode of The Ultimate Fighter where it was Canada versus the world, maybe, or just Australia, maybe just the UK. I can't remember.
Oh shit!
It was filmed in Montreal.
Cool.
Or outside of Montreal. Anyway, Chad Laprise won his weight class in that season, and
is it the same weight class as it at 170?
It's 170. Yeah, okay. And he's been hot and cold in the UFC, but the fights he's won spectacularly with knockouts. Chad Laprise has fucking hands for days. He cracks you, you're in trouble. Now, here's the thing. Vincent Luque, no one fucking talks about this guy, man. No one talks about him. And not only is he a fucking great submission artist, he's got hands too. He can turn your fucking lights out, man. I love this fight. You say there's and there are no big names on it, but this
yeah,
this fight,
that's what I mean.
This fight interests the shit out of me, and I'm calling it right now that this is going to get a performance bonus. Fight of the night. Chad Laprise versus Vincent Luque. I love this fucking fight. I'm picking first on this one. I'm taking Luque, second round KO.
Nice. I like that you picked that guy.
I want to pick the Canadian boy. I love Chad Laprise, but if I want to win money and I got to redeem myself this week.
So
yeah, exactly. Not bad. I got 3 points.
Right. It wasn't as bad as the first week when it went undefeated for me.
All right, take it easy.
6-0.
Take it. Jesus Christ, you're a bragger, eh?
What?
Maybe that's why we get along.
I always say I'm a good loser, but I'm a terrible winner.
Oh, I'm a horrible winner.
I'm a bad winner.
That's why
man.
everybody in comedy hates me.
Yeah, exactly.
They all hate. Hey, I did way better than you, eh? Did you see that?
Am I going to be hated by association? Is that what you're telling me right now?
Maybe.
Fuck, you better start booking me on your shows.
Especially if you do well on stage, it's not gonna go good for you.
God.
You do well and you're friends with Splood, that's not a good look.
I'm fucked.
It's not a good look. The other comics, a lot of jealousy in the comedy community. I'm not sure if
better
you
start booking me on your shows, then I'm not going to get booked in the results because of
Oh,
you.
well, I don't do any fucking shows. And first of all, I'm retired.
I'm associated with a retired hated comic.
That's right.
Fuck.
That's right. I'm not hated. Everyone will tell you to your face and to my face that they fucking love me, but secretly they're going, fuck that guy.
I don't say that secretly, so at least there's one of us.
Yeah, at least there's one of you.
I'm still new, though.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Arif's been talking shit behind my back. I'm watching you, Arif.
Oh,
He's not listening anyway. He wouldn't know a fucking sport if you hit him right in the head. It's fucking Brazilians again.
Fucking Brazilians.
Who do you like in this fight, bud?
I'm taking Chad the
You're
Priest.
taking the Priest.
I don't know any of them, so I'm going with the Canadian boy.
So what's give me the round and the method.
I'm taking the same thing you did. Second round KO.
Second round KO, except you're wrong about the winner.
We'll see.
Next fight, who do we got? Andrea Lee and Veronica Macedo. Andrea Lee's making her debut. She's on a 4-fight win
Yeah,
streak.
I'm never going to pick a girl that doesn't have a fucking picture on the fucking page, okay? I mean,
You're never gonna pick what?
a girl without her picture on the page.
Who's got no picture?
Andrea Lee.
Yeah, she's new to the UFC. This is her debut. She's fighting a girl who's coming off a loss in Macedo. Neither one of them are real tough to look at.
Do you know who she lost to?
She lost to Ashley Evans Smith. No shame in losing that in your first time in the UFC. You're coming in against Ashley Evans Smith, who's tough as fucking nails. Who do you like in this one? I'll let you pick first.
I already said I can't take the girl with the fucking what is this, a Sims
So
character?
you're taking Macedo?
Yeah.
You're taking Macedo by what
Decision.
method? Decision.
Unanimous. Well, it doesn't matter.
Okay,
Decision.
I'm going.
We're going to.
I'm going Andrea Lee.
I like it. We're all kinds of different picks this week.
And I'll tell you why. She's on a 4-fight winning streak, and this is her UFC debut. She's looking to make a fucking statement. I'm gonna take Andrea Lee by first round TKO.
Oh, at least if she gets to the first round, I'm only looking at losing a point.
I should go decision because they're pretty light broads. I don't think Andrea Lee has a lot of power. Fuck, we'll find out. Next one, Guido Canetti, whoever the fuck this is.
I can't go with Guido.
He's coming off a loss to Ho Kang. He's fighting Diego Rivas. He's coming off a loss too to Quinones. I love their subs, by the way.
So I'm assuming
They're both coming
Canetti's-
off a loss.
What weight class is this fight at?
I think it's 135.
So Diago's
I
going
think it's
down.
135.
So because he's listed on the UFC page as a 145.
It could be featherweight. I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. Who do you got in this fight? Just fucking pick someone.
I'm gonna take the Guido.
You're gonna take Guido.
Yeah, because his name's fucked up.
Sure.
Plus, I'm looking at his stats, and he's got he lands a lot more shots per minute. He's a lot more accurate than the other guy.
Yeah.
So
what-
the other guy's a takedown artist. So
Give me a round and a method here.
I'm doing another decision.
Decision.
Yeah. Actually, you know what?
Well, the way you're picking them, it's not going to be a very fucking fun fight. Fun fights to watch.
I'm reversing that pick. No, fuck the Guido.
What do you mean?
Taking Diago.
I've already taken him.
I don't give a fuck.
So you're going Rivas too.
Yeah.
Stoppage decision.
Decision.
Fuck you. You already took
I
Canetti.
think it's gonna be a boring fight.
You know what? Matt? I'm changing mine.
Nice.
I'm going Canetti. Fuck
Nice.
you.
I like that.
I don't want to have any of the same fucking picks here.
Hey, you guys listen. You see what I just did to him there?
Yeah.
You see what I just
Did you swerve me?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The old bait and switch. Buddy.
You think you're going to pull the wool over my eyes, bud? You're going to have to get up
Next pick.
pretty early in the
Is
morning.
it Dominic Reyes or Rees?
Reyes.
Reyes.
I would say Reyes
you
versus
pronounce Jared's
Jared
last name?
Cannonier. Cannonier's been around the UFC
I was
for
gonna
quite a
say, why
while.
don't you give me your understanding of these guys?
All right, so
mine is
Cannonier's coming off a loss to Jan Blachowicz, who's a tough guy. Not a lot of people have heard of Blachowicz, but he is actually a real tough guy. Cannonier's been kind of inconsistent. He's got, splitting wins and losses every fight, but he's been in the UFC for a little while. Reyes has he's had 2 fights in the UFC, but he is undefeated in the UFC so far.
Yes, he is. You're picking this first, aren't you?
What do you mean?
Or am I?
Oh, yeah, no, I am.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm going to take Reyes. I like Reyes in this fight, and I like Reyes in this
So do
fight
I.
by 3rd round stoppage, TKO.
You're thinking 3rd round TKO.
Yep.
I'm taking Reyes as well,
Yep.
but I'm in the 2nd round finish.
2nd, TKO. Sub. What do you think?
I'm going sub.
You're going sub in the 2nd round.
Yeah.
All right, let's do that. Okay, moving fucking right along here to the co-main event, Alexa Grasso versus Tatiana Suarez. These two aren't too hard to look at either, I'll tell you.
I'm getting married this year, but I don't know what you're talking about.
You fucking pussy. Suarez is making her UFC debut. UFC has really been trying to push.
Why does she look
Alexa
so familiar
Grasso
to me? Why is Suarez so...
I don't know. This is her debut, but I think she had a fight lined up.
Was she not
in the
Ultimate
past?
Fighter?
Possibly.
Okay. I think
Possibly.
she was. I think she was. That's where I'm recognizing
possible,
her from.
maybe not though. But the UFC is really trying to push Alexa Grasso. She's a Mexican fighter. They're trying to get that Mexican fan base.
Oh, she's their new fucking...
Rodriguez.
Or what's the other girl? Paige Van
Zandt. Yeah, sort of. She's the Mexican Van Zandt, I guess. But she's legit. She just beat Randa Marcos in her last fight, and Randa's a serious fucking competitor. Although, for the record, I thought Marcos won that fight. I thought that was a big gift for Grasso. But Suarez has never been under the fucking big lights before. So who do you like in this one?
This is tough for me to pick.
You say that every fucking pick.
It's because I don't know any of them.
Well, that's easy then. Just pick one.
Well, no, see, I like to know things. So I'm reading off of these stats, but the problem is, you know what? I'm going Tatiana.
You're going Suarez?
Yeah.
And what do you like?
I'm going decision.
Decision. I'm going Grasso, same deal. Decision.
Fuck, we're disagreeing a lot here, aren't we?
Well, that's good. That means one of us is going to get a lot of points, and the other one's probably not. Probably not.
Yeah. This isn't going to be a 6-3 week.
Main event. So who just picked that one first? You picked. So I got to pick this one first.
I like that.
So we got Damian Maia versus Kamaru Usman. This is a very intriguing fight. Kamaru Usman
I didn't watch Usman's
surging.
last fight.
He's surging.
I heard it was boring as shit.
He's
but
undefeated.
He was hurt or something.
He's a wrestler. None of his fights are super exciting, but he has been very dominant.
Neither am I. So this is gonna be a barn burner. This one, fuck's sakes.
Listen, Maia has had his exciting moments in the UFC.
Fuck. You're gonna need...
He's had his boring moments too, right? But he's had some really exciting moments.
Don't forget to take your Adderall for this pill or for this fucking fight.
This is interesting because you got a guy who works very well off of his back with submissions, and that's probably where the fight is going to be contested.
Yeah.
Kamaru's probably going to take him down, and this fight's going to be contested on the ground, I think. You never know. Sometimes you get two grapplers like this, and it ends up being, a terrible striking match. It could go that way, too.
Oh, you're right. I've noticed that, too, actually. Every time I think it's going to be like, it turns out being just two guys staring at each other.
Yeah, exactly. So here's the thing. Maia's coming off 2 losses. That's very rare in his career because before those 2 losses, he was on a 7-fight win streak. So after his 7-fight win streak, he fought for the title against T. Wood,
right, and
lost that. But then he fought Colby Covington, who fucking destroyed him in the last fight. So, and Usman's been very...
My boy Colby.
He's exactly. Fucking Brazilians. Usman's been very dominant. He's been very dominant, but this is a huge step up in competition. I've trained with Damian Maia. He's a fucking beautiful person. I can't go against him. I'm taking Damian Maia.
Ooh. Now
he's not going to win a decision.
Wait. Usman was a replacement, wasn't he?
In this fight?
Yeah. Or was he always the scheduled fight?
I think this was the scheduled fight, and this was actually put together like pretty quickly.
Okay.
This was booked pretty quickly.
Maybe that's just all it was.
Yeah, it may just seem that way because it was thrown together pretty quickly. Jesus Christ. My heart's saying Maia. My brain is saying Usman. Do you want to pick first on this one?
No.
You don't?
Actually, you know what? Yeah, I will. Because you're having a hard time, and I already know what I'm going
I'm interested in what you think about that.
I'm Kamaru Usman.
You're Usman, yeah. And that really is the smart bet because he is the surging prospect who's undefeated. He's such a strong wrestler.
I don't think this is going to be...
That made my decision very easy.
And I figured that's what was going to happen.
Yeah. So what do you like?
I don't think it's going to be an exciting fight. I think it's going to be a decision.
You're going decision.
And I think it's just going to be him just on top trying to do enough to keep the ref from stopping it, but not enough to sacrifice anything.
I'm hoping Maia shows Usman
if
what it's
Maia
like
can
to be
get
an
him down
experienced
and
fighter.
Maia's on top, it's going to be a quick fight.
I'm going to go fucking crazy.
Oh, no.
I'm going to go fucking crazy. It's the end of the show.
I think you have to do that, though.
It's the end of the fucking show.
Maia here.
Do I go crazy?
I think you might have to.
I mean, I don't want to.
I think I already know what you're saying.
I don't want to owe you a whole lot of fucking money.
I know you're not going KO crazy, but...
I'm going to take I'm going to take Damian Maia. I'm going to take Damian Maia first round submission.
I figured that's what you were going to go with.
He's going to get the Mata Leon. He's going to send Kamaru Usman back to number 8 or number 9.
After
wherever he should be. Do you know what a Mata Leon? Do you know what that is, Matt?
Why the fuck would I know what that is?
It means lion killer.
Oh.
And that is the
He's
Brazilian, and I know you hate the Brazilians, but that is the Brazilian.
Oh, no.
You've been heard of the Brazilians.
I
bud.
made a couple jokes.
So, Mata Leão means lion killer. It's the slang for the rear naked choke in Brazil.
Okay.
So, Maya,
Rear naked choke.
RNC, first round. We'll see what happens, Matt.
Let us know what you guys think at the Scrapcast.
What's it called? What's that?
Fucking idiot. The Scrapcast at gmail.com. You can also catch us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Primarily on Instagram and Twitter because Facebook's kind of a bitch.
And primarily Matt, not really us.
Yeah.
Not really going to catch me.
I said mark the screenshots.
I appreciate that.
Well, it was a good time. It's great.
Matt, I'll see you next week. We'll break down.
Another fight card you didn't watch.
Yes.
Cheers.
No, cheers.